the actual champion. Very interesting. So I went there and they received David Moyes. Long-term contract. Well, I started all my life I was playing football. I started playing professional, like in a club, at 11 years old. That's why I started my journey in football. Well, I started my career in Chile. I was born there. I started in 11 years old at Universidad Católica. It's a big team, one of the most popular teams in Chile, the actual champion. And I started my journey over there. 11 years old, I go through all the steps to reach the first team. I go champion 3 times. I play international cups, and I called for national team of Chile. I thought my life would be different. I thought I want to achieve a lot of things that I couldn't achieve it, but I'm very happy what I have right now. I didn't know that I will be playing in this part of the world, because I didn't know it, and now I know it. I think I'm very happy with the life I have. Yeah, well, my time at Everton was very interesting. I was playing in the national team, and they were looking for new players, young players, and we were playing like an Asia Cup, but in South America, and they look at me and they send a request for my team, and it was like a loan with an option of buying in some amount of money. So I went there and they received David Moyes. David Moyes was the one who received me, who explained me about the situation, and I started my journey over there. I couldn't reach the permanent stay in the first team, so because I was young, they put me in the Everton B to start my adaptation. And I played 6 months over there. I trained with the first team, and I make very good players. Luis Saha, Arteta, Heitinga, Baines, the left back, a lot of national team players of England. So when I see them now, and I mean, I saw Luis Saha in the TV when he was playing for Manchester United, and having with the teammate, it was impressive. Also Tim Cahill, now seeing Arteta in the Manchester City, it was very impressive, and I think it was my last stage of learning football a bit, because it's very tactic, it's a very tough game, and I learned a lot of things in those 6 months. It was a very, very nice experience. Well, that's what I mean when I was saying that I thought a lot of different things about football, about my life in football. I thought I wanted to go in Europe to play Champions League, to play a lot of things, but my life changed a lot because they didn't agree in the terms of the price, so it wasn't like my fault, because they really want me, but they didn't agree in the terms, and it was really upset to me, because I was living the life. I was 19 years old. I was so happy to be there, to reach the really high level of the world class of football, and when they told me I have to come back, it was very an upset. I was very mad, because the deal was very big money, but I mean, it still was a good money for the club, and the club always wanted more, until the time that they said, no, we cannot pay more. So I went back, and yeah, I have like 1 or 2 months. It was very hard for me. I didn't want to stay in the club, because I feel betrayed of them, that they didn't help me. So, but at the time, I'm a guy who always go through the things, who go step forward. And although it was a very tough year, at the end of that year we were champions, and I was playing in the team. So it was like I start bad, but in the end of the way it ends good with a cup. So that's who I am. I always go through, I always one step higher, I always think positive, and I try to go through things and not start stopping in the same thing one and over again.
I tried so hard.
First time he's very near with the players, and since I came he told me, don't think about where you are or what you are doing, just enjoy what you are doing, because if you are thinking too much you won't enjoy, and life goes through and you will never enjoy what you are doing. And that message always stay in my head, and I try to remember every day in all my life, because it really marked my life. He was the first coach in all my career that never made me pressure or made me something in the game. He just told me, enjoy what you are doing. This is a professional game, but at the end it's a game. Just enjoy what you are doing. And I remember the last time I was at the club, he told me, look, it's not in our hands. We do everything as possible. We want you to stay, but this is football. I hope you enjoy this, I hope you learn, and I wish you all the best. Well, at that time was, of course, play the Champions League. Of course. That was my only target in my career. Right now that I'm in Asia, from the day I start this journey, I'd say I would play the AFC. Well, to be fair, it was like an unexpected move. Like you said, I was playing in Thailand. They told me about this opportunity to play the AFC with Thanh Hoa. And like I said before, the only thing I wanted is to play AFC and Champions League. And when they told me about this option, I don't doubt it. I just went. And the same week I arrived to the team, they were out of the group. So it was like a certain thing that the coach told me, look, you already arrived, but we already are out of the international cup, so we cannot do nothing. So I come back to Ho Chi Minh because I have to go back to my country. And when I stopped in Ho Chi Minh, I stayed there a couple of days, and they told me about this chance in Ho Chi Minh. I saw Ho Chi Minh was having a lot of troubles in the league, but I said, look, I mean, it's a very good chance. I like the city, the club I didn't know it, but I don't know. I was having a feeling that it might be a good challenge, and all the time I think that in the hardest moments, the good players always they have to take their chances. So I came here with a very low chances, but I knew I'm confident I will do it. So at the end, it was very successful. Well, to be fair, I'm the kind of guy that thinks that good players they can play together. It doesn't matter how much days they are together. I think good players they match right away. I mean, because football is no science. You have to be smart. I mean, if the people say that you can train to be the best, yeah, you can, but you have to have something you were born. I don't know, nobody on earth could train and be the best one. You have to born with something. Yeah, well, we were sleeping together. I mean, in the good words, we were sleeping together in the same room. So we speak a lot. We go sometimes to the coffee shop. We spend a lot of time together. I think he's my close friend here with the Vietnamese friends. I mean, I have a good relation with everyone. I don't have any problem with nobody. But my closest friend, I think, is Fisan. To be fair, stay with Fisan in the room, I learned a lot of things. I mean, the music, I found that they have a very good songs. And with the food, I love it. Ramua Sotoy, for me, is the best one, favorite. And to be fair, the Vietnam have a mix of Malaysia and Thailand, I could say. Yeah, well, it was from Emily. The song was from Emily. It was called. I don't remember the name. But if they put it, I can sing one part of the song. But right now, I cannot remember very well. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. From the first day I started this journey, my mom took me for the trainings when I was a kid. I have the full support of all my family. I mean, every time I play, they are watching. Every time they come to visit. Every time they come to go to the stadium, they go. I mean, my family, I think, is the number one fan of my career. I mean, with them, without them, I don't know where I will be. I mean, it's so important. I think they're the most important thing in my life. Well, I have a very funny story because my mom was a basketball player all his life. He was young, he was playing at the university, and he wanted to start a career professional because she's very tall and she has skills. And the time that he received the first offer from an official club in Chile, my grandfather said, no, you have to quit, you have to start your studies. And my mom suffered a lot. He went to a depression, he was very down, and he always tells me that that day, he said, if I had a kid that it's a sport, I will support it 24/7, every single time, whatever he wants. And I was born, so she was so happy. I mean, it's very hard. It's very hard, but we both know that we are making some sacrifice for our future. I mean, she has his work there, I'm working here, and both of us, we are reaching our goal. I mean, we are building our future to a future together. So I think right now we cannot live together, but every time she can, he comes here. So it's very tough, very complicated because we have a lot of 13 hours difference. So when I'm sleeping, she's working. When I'm playing, she's sleeping. So it's a very hard one, but we are making some sacrifice because we are looking forward to our future. I need to go back All my family, no chance, because I have a sister living in the United States, my brother is living overseas as well. So permanently, my father and mom, they can, because I have a lot of brothers. But my girlfriend, of course. I mean, if I stay longer or I sign a long-term contract, of course she will come here and I will start I want to get married as well, so I mean, if I sign long-term contract, of course I will bring her to live with me.